Good afternoon, Scott Redler, T3 Live. Just so you know, it's 3:25. It's not after the close. I just wanted to do a quick little recap because I have to leave the office now and I will be on the road, calling in to the trade desk. So anyway, Fed is over. It's behind us. We've had about a 5% move off the highs in the S&P. We've broken lots of moving averages. Let's not go where we've been and see where we are. The S&P is up 6.5% for the year. So this is a good spot to try and hold to potentially get some kind of grindy type move, into Christmas. So if we were going to start a Christmas rally, today is a good day, considering it seems like oil has a pivot low. I'm not saying it's going to run away from us, but it does feel like there's a pivot low in there. And also Russia, a day and a half bounce. We talked about that, and there was lots of good trades along the way. I think a lot of people are betting for the market to not close well because I did come out today and say I do feel, in the past few sessions we've had a lot of selling in the last 45 minutes, so people are scared to be long, so there's a good chance we close, towards the highs. So let's just go see where things are at as it's 3:25 once again. Here's the chart. Okay, so here's the spider chart. Right now the spiders are back at 201.14, looking pretty good. We held above the 150-day. You have a trend line right here. I'm not sure if it closes above it or near it, but at this point, I think some of the pressure is off. We just survived a pretty big pullback. I know that I was trading that on the virtual trade floor with everybody. I talked about this extremes that go on after the Fed meeting. I was long into it. We bought some more. Then you all of a sudden had the move lower right here. Everyone's saying, oh no, let's get short. We're going to have another big sell-off into the close. And that's what I tried to get people not to do, is press short right here. Not just buy the whole way down. If you did, congratulations. But all in all, so far so good. Looking good. At this point, if it stays above this, we'll see what happens next. Obviously, you'll be watching this after the close, and we'll know a little bit more then. IWM has been really strong on that pullback. It did not pull back. That gave me some conviction to stay long. You go to the daily chart here. If you happen to have been short this, I think some people were saying to press into this area. You probably have some decisions to make, considering it's right now back in the channel, and it seems as if this was an overthrow down and we're back in this range, and that looks a little bit healthier. The XLE gave you 2-day move, capitulation type move yesterday, some follow through today, some pressure is off, trade it at your own will. 2-day move doesn't make a new trend, but it was decent. RSX was negative this morning while we were in the morning call. Talked about the capitulation type of volume that we saw yesterday, that maybe you get a day 2. That was the capitulation type volume, and there you go, fill in the gap. Now see if it holds higher. Some of the names out there, Apple, looking decent. At some point, I do think that this breaks this downtrend. If today was the low, I would expect at some point for this to break and reclaim these moving averages. I'm also along this from a little bit lower. Here's your descending channel. See what happens later. BABA, I would expect it a little bit more power, but it's still hanging in okay. I'm still in those options. I've traded the stock from time to time. It has broke above this. Now if you're long it, maybe be long versus low. Besides options, looking pretty good there. Some day ones, you have a Tesla that reversed with oil. Okay, oil reversed, and this was got upgraded, and you had a little outside day. Maybe that takes some pressure off. You see a similar situation maybe in Baidu. Actually not similar, just held support, turned higher, so you could trade versus this. And then maybe at some point it gets a little bit better. But I'm not expecting a runaway rally into the new year, into new highs. I was just thinking perhaps we pulled 5% off the highs. Things look like they stabilized. You're still going to get some back and forth, but today was a good day to reposition in a few things. The banks are showing some strength today after being very oversold. They're still in no man's land. I maybe be long Goldman versus that. Nothing so great. Bank of America. A little bit better, getting back to that pivot. And really, I got to get going. What I wanted to say is hopefully, if you've been short during this whole down move, maybe you covered, you made some money. We talked about how the spiders, broke trend here. Okay, this was about 207, and now it looks as if it's doing pretty well right here near the highs of the day. Hopefully you stayed the course and are making some money. Okay, at this point, I don't know if it'll just break through this downtrend today or tomorrow, but at some point it probably breaks above that, and then we'll see how it handles the 21-day there. So with all that said, again, it's only 2 3:30. There's a lot of day left. I just want to do a quick video. Hopefully you made some money today, and hopefully we guided you through. Listen, when I come out with calls, play them to your own risk. If the market would have failed today, I would have felt bad if you just put on all this excessive risk and said, oh, well, Red Dog said his gut says we might close okay. It was just telling you what I thought out loud, because not every second of the day I could tweet about what I'm doing minute to minute. Not like the Apple to or iPhone to head call at 77 to 100 plus. That was a good longer term call, or BABA to butt 90 to 120. I do put those out there as well. So right now I'm actually putting together my 2015 thesis. I've done a 2014, 13, 12. You can Google them, see what I've said. They try, I try and be consistent with those, and they've had a lot of good winners. Sometimes I feel like if I just took off on vacation, put my whole trading account in those plays, I might have done better, but then what fun is that? So anyway, I got to jump. Hopefully you're doing okay. We'll see how we close. There's still 30 minutes left, and I'll see you tomorrow at the morning call with Brittany. Have a great night.